In Scarlet Town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth cry well away, and her name was Barbary Ellen. All in the merry month of June, when the green buds they were falling, sweet William on his deathbed lay for the love of Barbary Ellen. He sent his servant to the town where Barbary was a dwelling. My master is sick and sent for you, if your name be Barbary Allen. And death is painted o'er his face, and o'er his heart is stealing. Then hasten away to comfort him, O lovely Barbary Allen. So slowly, slowly she got up, and slowly she came nigh him. And all she said when she got there, young man, I think you're dying. Oh yes, I'm sick and very sick, and death is on me dwelling. No better, I never will be, if I can't have Barbary Allen. Oh yes, you're sick and very sick, and death is on you dwelling. No better, you never will be, for you can't have Barbary Allen. Don't you remember in yonder town, when we were at the tavern, you gave a health to the ladies all around and slighted Barbary Allen? Oh yes, I remember in yonder town a-drinking. I gave a health to the ladies all around, but my heart to Barbary Allen. As she was on her highway home, the birds they kept a-singing, and every note did seem to say, hard-hearted Barbary Allen. She looked to the east and she looked to the west, till she spied his corpse a-comin'. Lay down, that corpse of clay, that I may look upon him. The more she looked, the more she mourned, till she fell to the ground a-crying, saying, take me up and carry me home, for I am now a-dying. Oh mother, go make my bed, go make it long and narrow. Sweet William died for pure, pure love, and I shall die for sorrow. Oh Father, go dig my grave, go dig it long and narrow. Sweet William died for me today, I'll die for him tomorrow. She was buried in the old churchyard, and he was buried anigh her. On William's grave there grew a red rose, on Barbara's grew a green briar. They grew to the top of the old church fall, till they could not climb any higher. They lapped and they tied in a true lover's knot, and a rose grew around the briar. Oh, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy? Where have you been, charming Billy? I've been to see my wife, she's the joy of my life. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. Did she ask you in, Billy boy, Billy boy? Did she ask you in, charming Billy? Yes, she asked me in with the dimples in her chin. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. Can Can she bake a sweet and pone, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can she bake a sweet and pone, charming Billy? She can bake a sweet and pone, you can eat it, let it alone. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. Can she bake a cherry pie, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can she bake a cherry pie, charming Billy? She can bake a cherry pie in the twinkling of an eye. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. Can she make a pair of breeches, Billy boy, Billy boy? Can she make a pair of breeches, charming Billy? She can make a pair of breeches fast as you can count the stitches. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. How tall is she, Billy boy, Billy boy? How tall is she, charming Billy? She's as tall as a pine and as straight as a pumpkin vine. She's a young thing and can't leave her mama. How old is she, Billy boy, Billy boy? How old is she, charming Billy? Twice 6, twice 7, twice 20 and 11. She's a young thing and cannot leave her mama. Some folks like the summertime when they can roam about, gliding o'er the meadows, tis grand beyond a doubt. But give to me the wintertime, for the girl that I call mine was captured when the snow lay on the ground. I went to see the girl I loved last Sunday afternoon. She had gone out strolling, they informed me very soon. She had gone out strolling, they could not tell me where, and I traced the little footprints in the snow. I traced her from the garden gate, I traced her to the door. I traced her down the country lane, I traced her o'er and o'er. I found that she was lost, and I fell in dark despair, not knowing where to trace her anymore. I called to her, she heard me as we went slowly home. She promised that without me, she never more would roam. I'm happy now in life, since she's been called my wife, and I traced her little footprints in the snow. I traced her little footprints in the snow, don't you know? I traced her little footprints in the snow, don't you know? I bless the happy day when Nellie lost her way, and I traced her little footprints in the snow. Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the winds blow. Hear the winds blow, dear, hear the winds blow. Hang your head over, hear the winds blow. If you don't love me, love whom you please. Throw your arms around me, give my heart ease. Throw your arms around me before it's too late. Throw your arms around me, feel my heart break. If you don't love me, none else will do. My heart is breaking, dear, just for you. Breaking for you, dear, breaking for you. My heart is breaking, dear, just for you. Writing this letter containing 3 lines. Answer my question, will you be mine? Will you be mine, dear? Will you be mine? Answering my question, will you be mine? Build me a castle 40 feet high, so I can see her as she goes by. As she goes by, dear, as she goes by, so I can see her as she goes by. Down in the valley, the mockingbird wings telling my story, here's what he sings. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew. Angels in heaven knows I love you. Knows I love you, dear, knows I love you. Angels in heaven knows I love you. Hear the shouts and laughter along the crowded way as a horse is entered on a Derby day. The prancing steeds then gathered out on the starting place. A handsome lad in green was clad mid a grand and thrilling race. Seated in the grandstand among the gay and glad sat a widowed mother waiting for her lad. Soon the race will be over, and as she smiles with joy, hoping to see the wreath and prize upon her darling boy. But before the race was over, the leading horse he fell and crushed the little one beneath his feet, the boy that she loved so well. Then was heard the screams for mercy amid the anxious throng. One racing horse's back was bare, the little boy in green was gone. He sleeps now in the little graveyard with his name carved on the stone, where the horse's image too is carved, standing there alone. His master's gone forever, no one can take his place. The bugle blast called him at last to run his fatal race. What greater price or fortune could a poor widowed mother pay than give her boy her pride and joy and grieve her life away? Her faith will not be shaken, for God in all his love will give her back her darling boy in a beautiful home above. I was born about 4,000 years ago, and there's nothing in the world that I don't know. I saw Jonah swallow the whale, and I pulled the lion's tail, and across the river Canaan on a log. I have sat with kings and queens on every hand, jacks and aces, can't you understand? And I saw the flags a-flying when George Washington stopped lying on the night when Patty first began to sing. I saw Eve when she searched that garden o'er. I saw Satan when they driv him from the door. While the apples they were eating from the bushes I was peeping, and I'll swear that I'm the man that ate the core. I saw Samson when he laid that village cold. I saw Daniel tame the lions in the hold. I helped build the Tower of Babel up as high as we were able, and there's lots of other things I haven't told. I taught Solomon his little ABCs. I helped Brigham Young to make Limburger cheese. And while sailing down the bay with Methuselah one day, I saved his flowing whiskers from the breeze. Queen Elizabeth, she fell in love with me. We were married in Milwaukee secretly, but I fooled around and shook her, and I went with General Hooker to shoot mosquitoes down in Tennessee. I remember when the country had a king. I saw Cleopatra pawn her wedding ring. I saw Peter, Paul, and Moses playing Ring Around the Roses. I can whip the man that says it isn't so. I was down to camp meeting the other afternoon to hear them shout and sing, for to tell each other how they loved one another and to make a hallelujah ring. There's old Uncle Daniel and Brother Ebenezer, Uncle Rufus with his lame gal Sue, Aunt Molly and Melindy and old Mother Bender. Oh, you never see the happier crew. Well, they all go there for to have a good time, to eat that grub so sly. Have applesauce butter with the sugar in the gourd and a great big Methodist pie. Oh, little chillin', I believe. Oh, little chillin', I believe. Oh, little chillin', I believe. I'm a Methodist till I die. I'm a Methodist, Methodist, 'tis my belief. Methodist till I die. When old grim death comes a-knocking at the door, I'm a Methodist till I die. Well, you ought to hear the ringing when they all get to singing that good old by and by. See Jimmy McGee in the top of a tree saying, how is this for high? Then they caught to hold their hands and they marched around the ring, kept singing all the while. You'd think it was a cyclone coming through the air, you could hear them shout a half a mile. Then the bell rings loud and the great big crowd breaks ranks and up they fly. While I took board on the sugar and the gourd and I cleaned up the Methodist pie. Oh, little chillin', I believe. Oh, little chillin', I believe. Oh, little chillin', I believe. I'm a Methodist till I die. I'm a Methodist, it is my belief. Methodist till I die. When old grim death comes a-knocking at the door, I'm a Methodist till I die. Oh, meet me when daylight is fading and is darkening into the night, when songbirds are singing their vespers and the day is long vanished from sight. It is then I will tell you, my darling, all the love I have cherished so long. If you will but meet me this evening, when you hear the first whippoorwill song. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill, when you hear the first whippoorwill song. Oh, meet me, sweetheart, meet me, when you hear the first whippoorwill song. It is said that whatever sweet emotion may be throbbing within a fond heart, while listening to whippoorwill singing, for a 12-month will never depart. So then we will meet in the woodland, far away from the hurrying throng, and whisper our love to each other when we hear the first whippoorwill song. And in the long years of the future, though our duties may part us a while, and on the return of this evening we be severed by many a mile, yet deep in our hearts we will cherish the affection so fervent and strong that we pledged to each other this evening when we heard the first whippoorwill song. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill, when you hear the first whippoorwill song. Oh, meet me, sweetheart, meet me, when you hear the first whippoorwill song. I gave my love a cherry that had no stone. I gave my love a chicken that had no bone. I gave my love a ring that had no end. I gave my love a baby with no crying. How can there be a cherry that has no stone? How can there be a chicken that has no bone? How can there be a ring that has no end? How can there be a baby with no crying? A cherry when it's blooming, it has no stone. A chicken when it's pippin', it has no bone. A ring when it's rollin', it has no end. A baby when it's sleepin' has no cryin'. When the curtains of night are pinned back by the stars, and the beautiful moon leaps the skies, and the dewdrops from heaven are kissing the rose, it is then that my memory flies, as if on the wings of some beautiful dove, in haste with the message it bears, to bring you a kiss of affection and say, I'll remember you, love, in my prayers. I have loved you too fondly to ever forget the love you have spoken for me. And the kiss of affection still warm on my lips when you told me how true you would be. I know not if fortune be fickle or friend, or if time on your memory wears. I know that I love you wherever you roam, and remember you, love, in my prayers. When the heavenly angels are guarding the good, as God has ordained them to do. In answer to prayers I have offered to Him, I know there is one watching you. And may its bright spirit go with you through life, to guide you up heaven's bright stairs, and meet with the one who has loved you so true, and remembers you, love, in her prayers. Go where you will, o'er land or on sea, I'll share all your sorrows and cares. And at night when I kneel by my bedside to pray, I'll remember you, love, in my prayers. Well, I can't forget the day that I was born. 'Twas on a cold and frosty winter's morn. The doctor said I was a chubby chap, but when the nurse, she took me on her lap, oh, she bathed me all over, I remember. And after powder puffing me, you see, she put me in the cradle near the window, in the little shirt that mother made for me. The first day I wore my knickerbockers, I felt so funny after wearing frocks. I looked a little picture, they did say, but when they let me out to run and play, oh, I didn't like the pants that I was wearing. So in the street I took 'em off, you see, and started walking home so brave and daring, in that little shirt my mother made for me. And then to school they said that I must go. I never liked my teacher, you must know. So when I played the truant quite so dear, the teacher said, now Bradley, you come here. With a big stick she beat around up on me. There's no mistake about my pedigree. I had the map of Scotland printed on me, 'neath that little shirt that mother made for me. Last year while I was on my holiday, up on the briny ocean I did gaze. The water looked so fine I thought I'd go to have a swim, but in a minute, oh, all the girls on the beach at me were staring, and some were taking pictures I could see. 'Twas very good for me that I was wearing that little shirt my mother made for me. Liza up in the Simmon tree and the possum on the ground. Possum said, "You son of a gun, shake them Simmons down." Whoopee Liza, pretty little girl, whoopee Liza Jane. Whoopee Liza, pretty little girl, she died on a train. Cheeks are like the cherries like a rose. How I like that pretty little girl, goodness gracious knows. Well, the old folks down in the mountains, grinding sugar cane, making barrels of molasses for the sweet little Liza Jane. Whiskey by the gallon and sugar by the pound, great big bowl to put it in and Liza to stir it around. I went to see my Liza Jane, she was standing in the door, shoes and stockings in her hand and her feet all over the floor. Her head is like a coffee pot, her nose is like the spout, her mouth is like an old fireplace with the ashes all raked out. Well, I wouldn't marry a poor girl, I'll tell you the reason why. Have so many poor kinfolks that'd make my biscuits fly. Whoopee Liza, pretty little girl, whoopee Liza Jane. Whoopee Liza, pretty little girl, she died on a train. Cheeks is like the cherries like a rose. How I like that pretty little girl, goodness gracious knows. I love my rooster loves me. I cherish my rooster on the green bay tree. My little rooster goes cock-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love my hen loves me. I cherish my hen on the green bay tree. My little hen goes cluck, cluck, cluck. My little rooster goes cock-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love my duck loves me. I cherish my duck on the green bay tree. My little duck goes quack, quack, quack. My little hen goes cluck, cluck, cluck. My little rooster goes cock-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love my pig loves me. I cherish my pig on the green bay tree. My little pig goes on, on, on. My little duck goes quack, quack, quack. My little hen goes cluck, cluck, cluck. My little rooster goes cock-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, have you heard this story? It happened long ago, when Christ our blessed Savior was here on earth below. An echo through the ages from distant Calvary. I'll tell it to you simply as it was told to me. It breathes the blessed teaching of God's own holy word, a lesson taught in meekness by a lowly little bird. When Jesus hung in sorrow our debt of shame to pay, no one was there to comfort or wipe his tears away. A little bird flew near him in sober coat of brown, and gazed in tender pity, then slowly fluttered down. With gentle wings it fanned him to cool his aching head, and hovered near his bosom, all stained with deepest red. At last, when all was ended, as if to mourn his loss, it rose with blood-stained feathers and circled round the cross. It flew away in sadness, and to this day 'tis said it wears upon its bosom that stain of crimson red. When I shall cross the valley and go to seek my rest, may I wear like the robin God's sign upon my breast. It breathes a blessed teaching of God's own holy word, a lesson taught in meekness by a lowly little bird.